This will be a fall yin practice. And if you do want to be near a wall, if you like wall frog rather than regular frog, just warning that I'm highlighting frog today. So if you'd like to have a wall nearby, that can be an easier variation of the pose. Also, a blanket is really nice along your mat, especially for frogs. You can fold it up and have your knees, the sides of your knees on it. Lots of pillows, lots of blocks, lots of blankets in case you want to prop yourself. And today I'm going to try to make sure the class is fairly silent. So get ready, and here we go. I don't like that. Okay, I would just restart that. So go no. Now we try again. Good morning, namaste. My name's Roseanne, and I'm leading a yin class today if you'd like to join me. This class will be fairly quiet. Often I speak a little bit during the poses. Today, once we're in the poses, I'm going to try to stay silent, let you turn inward. And with this practice, a blanket is nice. Access to a wall is always great so that you can vary your practice and moderate some of the poses as well. So blocks, blankets, have it all. Your living room should be a mess. And let's warm up here in seated. Drop the chin. And take your head perhaps side to side. We're warming before the yin. A few more here. Next time your head lolls to the right, keep it there. You might just explore this neck stretch. If it's too much, you could always take the opposing hand to the far side of the head and support yourself here. Or stay. If looking for a bit for the vagus nerve, you could take your eyes all the way toward the left, so opposite the head. One more inhale. And then exhale to return the head to center, drop the chin. And bring it to neutral. Just feel. And again, drop the chin, lower the head side to side. And next time it comes to the left, keep it there. Again, opposite hand could come to the head. Support yourself. Or let your eyes trail toward the right. Expand the periphery of your vision. One more inhale here. And exhale to bring the head back to center, chin tucks. And then roll up through the neck, head neutral, roll the shoulders. And plant the hands behind you, fingertips toward the body. Feet also ground, and just windshield wash the legs, just to prepare the hips. Next time your legs come to the right, keep them there, stag, and sit up tall. That left hand can come to cup the back shoulder. And again, rock the head side to side or move through the neck. This time a rock. Lots of nerve endings in the neck. So when we work with the neck, you can turn on the parasympathetic nervous system. One more inhale. And exhale to come back to center, hands plant behind the body. Windshield wash of the legs. Next time the legs come to your left, stay. Sit up tall. That right hand comes to cup back shoulder. So rotation here as you explore the neck. And turn back to center one more time. Windshield washer those legs. Where you plant the feet, lift through the hips, and lower them right back down. Let's come into a low lunge position. Start with the right leg forward. Hands could be planted to either side, or you could be upright with your hands on blocks. Some people might stay right here. Or hands down to the inseam of the lead leg to prepare for dragon. If dragon is not in your practice, you could take a sphinx instead. It's still within the same archetypal family of poses. If not, hands to the inside, prop yourself as much as you need here. And we'll stay quiet for about 3 minutes. Where's the mind? Let the breath bring you back. A few more breaths here. Inhale, broaden the breath. And exhale, perhaps through the mouth. Take your time here. Perhaps you need to slide that back knee forward slightly so that you can bring the right leg in behind the body, lengthen it out, lower down onto the belly, and perhaps stay there or come onto the forearms for a brief little sphinx. Maybe stick with the tongue, lower back down. Just pause. Feel the effects of that pose. Another inhale. And as you exhale, slide those hands closer to the shoulders. Press yourself into tabletop. Widen the knees. Seat to your heels. Child's pose. Again, brief here. Breathe into that belly. Massage the internal organs. Great for fall practice. One more inhale. And then exhale back into tabletop and take that left leg forward. Hands could frame it, could be stacked on those blocks, or hands to the inseam. From the front this time. Could be stacked on blocks. Could be that the forearms come down onto cushions. So listen to your body. Don't usually go to our maximal depth in yin. Find a place where you can sustain the pose. Be steadfast. More silent practice, the mind's liable to chatter. Find something to do. Just come back. One more inhale. Exhale. Slide that left leg back. However you need to get there to come onto the belly. Lift up onto the forearms. Inhale. Stick at the tongue. Lower down. Find stillness. Belly breaths. More inhale. And as you exhale, slide those hands closer to the shoulder. Press again into child's. Maybe turn the palms up. See how that feels. Wide breath into the sides of the ribs. And then exhale to slide those hands in and roll up slowly through the spine. Perhaps pause here. You could also sit so that your bottom's on the earth, legs are crossed. One more inhale. And then exhale to come to seated. And cross-legged if not already there. And cross that right leg in front of the left one. And this might be your variation with a lean forward or shoelace. Take that right leg. Perhaps you flex the foot. I'll show a few variations before we quiet. Flex the top foot. Ideally parallel, but that doesn't happen for all of us, and that's okay. You can see I'm quite tight today. There's quite a space here. Sometimes over time that will reduce. Little PNF could also press onto that right thigh. Hand presses in and the thigh presses back, and you may find that naturally the thigh will descend a little bit. So this is an option. Or a loose shoelace. That right leg just kind of sits in front, and you may need to play with the lean to find sensation in the target area, which is your right glute and perhaps the IT band. So we have here, 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 or a tight shoelace with the knees stacked. I like this one. There could be a lean, there could be a rounding of the spine to allow the head to come onto bolsters. Now, we stay for 3 minutes. Perhaps explore the tongue and move it around the teeth. Release tension. One more inhale. Exhale, perhaps the tongue out. And start to rise if lowered. Perhaps remove any bolsters. And bend at the left elbow and take that forearm behind the head, tricep stretch. Other hand can come to the upper arm. Look for the arms here with it being fall in the lung meridian. So a few breaths. More inhale. As you exhale, release and take that arm across the body, left arm across, rear deltoid stretch. One more inhale. And open those arms, widen across the chest. And then plant that right hand inside, bend toward the left. Open up through the lungs. And return to center. Support that leg, unravel them, perhaps lengthen them out. Hands could plant behind the body to find a moment of stillness. What you need to do here before you come to the opposite side. So that right leg will tuck. Prepare that left leg. Could be just crossed. Could be loose, foot further away from the body with a lean. Stacked. Non-yin, they call this fire log. Or cow-faced or tight shoelace. Make your choice. Take your time to find your option. again, perhaps explore the tongue, swirl it around the mouth. Few more breaths here. Final inhale. And then exhale. Begin to unfurl the spine to tall. Perhaps remove any props. And take that right arm above you. Bend the elbow. Clasp upper arm with opposite hand. Tricep stretch. And just a transition pose here. Deep breaths. So you keep the legs where they are. Or inhale. And exhale to lower that arm. And then cross it over, lengthen it out across the body for the deltoid stretch. Or inhale. And exhale to open both arms. Press the room away with the palms. Bend at the second knuckle just a few times. And lower that left hand. Lengthen the spine and arc over toward the left. More inhale. And exhale to rise. Support that top leg. Do what you need to. Perhaps lengthen them out with hands as a support behind the body. And sense of lush. Caterpillar pose is next. You could also take half butterfly if you find that your hamstrings are quite tight. So caterpillar, legs are extended, perhaps bolsters on your lap. Inhale to lengthen the spine. And you could keep the spine long or round. So we like to be more passive in yin. Ready from the side. Round down. Onto bolsters if needed. If you're hyperextender, that blanket can be folded behind the knees so they don't go too far. And then once you feel that your knees are safe, you can relax the feet. That half version is one leg's bent, the other one is lengthened. And we pour forward this way. And begin your variation. I'll let you know halfway through the switch if you're doing the half version. Switch sides in the half version. Few more breaths here. And final inhale. And exhale to peel the spine tall to tall. Pause. Perhaps both legs extend if not already there. Remove any bolsters. Plant the feet. Give yourself a little hug here. Cross the arms. Tuck the chin, perhaps. Switch the crossing of the arms. Hug again. And roll up through the spine. From here, frog. So if you have a wall, bring your bottom just a few, 2 feet or so away from the wall, depending on your height. Feet land on the wall with the knees bent, knees above the hips, and then allow the feet to slide open on the wall. This can be a more supported version of the frog pose. You can control the depth here. You can also stack a bunch of blocks or bolsters to hold the legs in place. Target areas the inseam of the legs. Full frog. You might like to fold your blanket and or the mat as well up so that your inside of your legs, your shins can land on this little cushion. Try to make them even if you can. You might stay high, or you might lower onto the forearms. And also rock forward and back and see what brings you to your edge of sensation, where you'd like to be in this pose. And then stay here. Feet can be flexed or soft, not to mention that. Depends on your body. Feet could be closer together as well and more of a very wide child's pose. More breaths here. Or inhale. And exhale, ha. If on the forearms, come onto the hands. If on the wall, start to slide those legs or heel toe them in toward one another. Pause anywhere along the way. And if in this full frog, perhaps you scooch one leg in and then the other. And just continue until the legs come together. Do what you will here. Perhaps you crave a closed-legged child's pose where they're quite, the thighs are quite close together as we fold ourselves forward. And here can bring the hands around, interlace the fingers to close the circuit, tuck the chin. Feel the pressure on the belly. More inhale and exhale to begin to come up. Or out of whatever pose you chose. Might need to lengthen your mat out again. blankets so that we can find a supine rotation. If you're still on the wall, you could just let your legs drape over to one side with the feet sliding along the wall. Or you might like to lengthen out that left leg. Take the same hand across the body to the right-hand side and pull that leg over to find a neutral variation of the rotation. And we'll stay here. 3 minutes, maybe 4 for this one. It's digestion and the large intestinal tracts of focus in the fall. Or inhale here. And exhale to begin to roll onto the back. Maybe you plant that right foot. Acclimatize. And wall variation. The feet could be up on the wall right now, with the knees bent. If your feet are on the wall, and now allow them to drape the opposite way. If you're on your back, bend that left knee and hug it in as you lengthen the opposite leg. And allow that left knee to lull to the right. So you explore the spiral of the spine. Gaze up to the left or right, wherever it serves your neck.
Three more breaths here. One more inhale. And exhale to begin to roll into the spine and plant that left foot. Pause here, or allow, if you're on the wall, feet to come up the wall. Perhaps lengthen the legs out, either on the mat or perhaps on the wall. Heels on the wall. You might stay with the legs up the wall and find your way into Savasana. More breaths. I'm into the now. Each moment, new opportunity to be present. Doesn't matter what came before, what came after. Just breathe. We're inhale. Exhale, sigh. As you begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. Roll wrists and ankles. Reverse directions. Perhaps a knee hug. Or a brief happy baby. Hug those knees in and roll to your favorite side. Tiny little ball. When you're ready, press yourself to seated. Arms might reach overhead. Bring those hands to heart center. Thank you for practicing with me today.